Hello everyone, this is Professor Mahesh Pardeshi from Parvatibai Genba Mose College of Engineering, Waveli, Pune. I'm taking your subject Structural Design 1, and today we are discussing about the types of connections. In the previous lecture, we already studied about this part, that is riveted connection, and second part bolted connection. These two parts we already studied. Now today we have to discuss more about the welded connection. So first of all, what is mean by welded connection? Welded connections are widely used nowadays because bolted connection and riveted connections are having more disadvantages. Okay, and welded connection having more advantages than these two. That's why these are used widely nowadays. Welded connection is efficient and economical. Okay, welded connection does not require holes to be made in the member. These connections does not require holes. Okay, just like in case of the riveted or bolted connection. For welded connection, extra materials like plates and angles are not used. Okay, for this type of connection, we does not require extra gusset plates or angles, not required in this case. Okay, which are required in case of the bolted connection. Okay, here it is not required in case of welded connection. That's why these are having more advantages than these two, that is the bolted one and riveted one. Okay, so we will see one by one. Welded connection, this is all about the introduction. Okay, now next part is the or we will see also the advantages. Okay, advantages of welded connection. Welded connections are aesthetically to look good when compared to the bolted joints. Means these are looking good as compared to bolted joints. Okay. Another advantage is welded joints are more rigid than bolted joints. The joint is more rigid, okay, than the bolted joints. Welding does not require driving of holes. All of you know, for the bolted connection we required to make holes in the plate, which is not the case in case of welded connection. Okay, and what happens? Actually, this reduces the cost of drilling. Okay, this reduces the cost of drilling. Hence, while computing the tensile strength of member, the net area remains the same as the gross area in case of the welding. Okay, but in case of the bolting, we have to minus the area of holes. Okay, in order to get the net area of plate. Okay, in case of bolted connection, but here we just use the gross area as the net area. Okay. Next advantage is the welded joints are well suited for the liquid and gas containing structures because these are the watertight structures. Welding gives the watertight structures. That's why these are used to carry the gas and liquid structures. Okay. Welding offers the possibility of fabrication new sections like castellated beams are creating the complex joint in the tubular stresses. Means these are used in the various cases when the complications are there in the joint. Okay, and bolted joints are used for the simpler one. Okay, these are basically the advantages of welded connection. Now we will discuss here. You can see the types of weldings. Okay, first is the fillet weld. First is the fillet weld. You can see here in the diagram, this is fillet weld. This is the diagram of fillet weld. You can see here this is the one member, okay, and this is another member. This is first member, you can see, and this is the second member. These two members are placed perpendicular to each other. These two members are placed perpendicular to each other, and the welding done at this 90-degree corner, welding done at this 90-degree corner along the length of joint. Okay, that joint or weld is called as fillet weld. That is called as fillet weld when the two plates are placed in 90-degree to each other or perpendicular to each other. Okay, got the idea? Fillet weld, when the two plates are placed perpendicular to each other. Okay, and the welding is done at the 90-degree corner along the length of the plate. Okay, That weld is called as fillet weld. Now here see various terminologies. First is the leg. First part is the leg. So you can see here from this joint up to the end point, this is called as leg. Again similarly from this joint to the this part, okay, this is called as leg. Okay, this is another leg. This is one leg and this is second leg. Okay, there are two legs. These are called as legs of the weld. Okay. Second is the root. Root is the center point. 90-degree joint corner point is the root of the weld. This is nothing but the root of the weld. Third is the face. This is the outer portion which is subjected to atmosphere or which is facing towards external side. That is called as face. Okay. Now toe. These points, these corner points, end points, these points are called as the toe. There are two toes. Okay. First is here and second is here. Okay. These are the two toes. Okay. Now next is the throat. Next is the throat. Now see, throat is this one, means the point starting from the corner to the perpendicular to these line. This line formed by joining the toes. Line formed by joining these toe. Okay, this is the line and perpendicular to this, means starting from this corner perpendicular to this portion is called as toe. This perpendicular line. This perpendicular line is called as toe. This perpendicular line is called as toe. Okay. So can you get the idea of these all terms related to fillet weld? All terms related to fillet weld. I again repeat it. This is the leg. This is the first leg. This portion, and this is the second leg. Okay. These are two legs. Okay. Next is the root. This center point is called as root. Okay. Third is the face. This external portion is called as face. Okay. Fourth is the toe. This is one toe and this is another toe. Okay. And fifth is the most important thing, that is the throat, or we can say that throat thickness. It is the point starting from this corner up to the perpendicular. Okay. This is perpendicular line joining the two toes. These are the two toes. Okay, and the line perpendicular to this up to the corner point, this is called as throat thickness. This is called as throat thickness. Okay. This is all about the fillet weld. Next part is the butt weld. Next part is the butt weld. Butt welds is also known as the groove welds. Butt welds are also called as the groove welds. Here you can see that these two plates, this is first plate, this is second plate. Okay, these two plates are placed in front of each other. Okay, or butt to each other. These two plates are butt to each other, not perpendicular to each other. Yeah, like in case of the fillet weld. In case of the fillet weld, first plate is this one and second plate is perpendicular to this. But this is the case of fillet weld. But now here in case of the butt weld, these two plates are placed front to front each other. Okay, or butt against each other. These two plates are butt against each other. Okay, and the welding is done in the gap. Welding is done in the gap. Here you can see that this is the weld material. This is all portion. This all portion is called as weld material. Okay. Now there are again two types of welding. A butt weld with the full penetration. What is the meaning of this full penetration? Means this welding material is filled up to the full length of the plate, up to the full depth of the plate. Sorry, up to the full depth of the plate. Okay. Butt weld with full penetration. Butt weld with a full penetration. Okay. This is the filler material. This is the filler material which is provided up to this end point. Okay, up to this end point. Okay, this is full penetration. This is butt weld with full penetration. Okay, now here you can see the throat thickness. Actual depth of the weld. Actual depth of the weld is nothing but here the throat thickness. Okay. Now second type of butt weld is the partial penetration, or you can say that half penetration. Butt weld with partial penetration, or you can say that half penetration. Okay, partial penetration. Here in the first diagram you can see that the filler material is provided up to this depth only, up to this depth only. Below that depth there is a hollow portion. Okay, these two plates are not connected at this point. Okay, only these are connected up to this particular point. Okay, this is partial, not full. This is partial. That's why this butt weld is called as partial butt weld. Okay, as in case here you can see that these two plates are connected at this point plus at this point, 2 points. These 2 points are connected. Okay, these two plates are connected at these 2 points, and the inner portion is not connected. Okay, that's why the depth of the penetration is here up to this one and here up to this one. This is not actually full penetration. Okay, that's why it is called as a partial penetration. That's why it is called as a partial penetration. Okay, now we will discuss the difference between the butt weld and fillet weld. Now we will discuss the difference between the butt weld and fillet weld. Okay, here you can see in this diagram butt weld, and here you can see it is a fillet weld. Okay, this is the diagram of fillet weld. We already discussed. This is the toe, this is the toe, this is the root of portion. This small t you can see here, this small t is the throat thickness. Small t is the throat thickness, and here you can see that throat thickness of the weld is equal to throat thickness, which is equal to size of the weld, or t is equal to 0.7 times s. This is important. T is equal to 0.7 s. This is the clause given in the IS 800. Okay, throat thickness is equal to k into s. Throat thickness is equal to k into s, where value of the k is depending upon the angle between these two plates. Where the value of this k is dependent upon the angle between these two plates. In most of the cases this angle is 90 degree. In most of the cases this angle is 90 degree. That's why here the value of k they are using as 0.7. That's why they are using the value of k as 0.7. Okay, understand everything. T is equal to 0.7 into s. T is equal to 0.7 into s. Why they are using 0.7? Because it is a value of k. It's a value of k, and the value of k depends upon the angle between the fusion phases. Value of k is depending upon the angle between fusion phases, and most of the cases the angle between the fusion phases is 90 degree. Angle between the fusion phases is 90 degree. That's why they are using the value of k as 0.7. Okay, 0.7. This point is given in IS 800 table number 22. This value of k is given in IS 800 table number 22 page number 78. Table number 22 page number 78. Okay, this is all about the fillet weld. This is the leg size. This is the leg size. Okay, here this is important point. Butt weld. Okay, single butt weld and double weld butt weld. Okay, the thickness of the weld T is equal to 5/8 times the thickness of the thinner plate. 5/8 times the thickness of the thinner plate. Okay, it is also given in IS code. So you have to learn this value. T is equal to 5/8 times the thickness of the thinner plate. Okay, here you can see that this the plate are having thickness T1. This is plate having thickness T2. Here we have to provide the butt weld. You can see that V type butt weld, single V butt weld. This is a single V butt weld. Here there is a single weld. That's why we are using 5/8 times the thickness of the thinner plate. Okay, but in case of the double weld, you can see that the welding is provided on both the faces. Welding is provided on both the faces. Therefore, thickness of the weld T is equal to thickness of the thinner plate. Thickness of the weld is equal to thickness of the thinner plate. Here we are not multiplying with 5/8. We are not multiplying by 5/8 because it is a complete penetration. Here you can see that this is a complete penetration. Okay, that's why we are not using 5/8. But in first case, here it is a incomplete penetration or partial penetration. That's why we are using 5/8. That's why we are using 5/8. Okay, got the idea about the thickness of the weld here in both cases. Next, butt weld is also known as a groove weld, and the various shapes of the groove welds are butt weld are square butt weld, single V butt weld, double V butt weld. Here you can see that this is a V. Okay, single U butt weld and double J single J butt weld. Okay, these are the types of butt welds. Okay, here in case of the fillet weld is a weld of approximately triangular cross section joining two surfaces which are perpendicular to each other. Standard fillet weld is weld when the cross section of the fillet is isosceles triangle. Okay, isosceles triangle. This is isosceles triangle. This triangle is the isosceles triangle. Okay, this is all about the basics and difference. Okay, next difference is the size of the butt weld is the effective throat thickness. Here, very simple definition. Size of the butt weld is equal to effective throat thickness. Size of the butt weld is equal to effective throat thickness. Okay. In case of the double butt weld, when the complete penetration is achieved, the thickness of the weld is taken as thickness of the thinner plate. In case of the double butt weld, in case of the complete penetration, the thickness of the weld is taken as thickness of the thinner plate, means whole thickness. It does need not to be multiplied by 5 by 8. Here you can see that in case of the single butt weld, when the complete penetration is not achieved, means there is a partial penetration. In that case, the thickness of the weld is taken as 5 by 8 times the thickness of the thinner. Okay, here you can see that minimum size of the fillet weld is taken as 3 mm. Minimum size is 3 mm. We cannot consider less than this 3 mm. Okay, thickness of the plate per mm means the thickness of the weld is depending upon the thickness of the plate actually. Here in this table you can see that thickness of the weld is depending upon the thickness of the plate which we have to join. Okay, if the thickness is less than 10 mm, then we have to use 3 mm. If the thickness is 10 mm, less than 3 mm, less than 10 mm means 6 mm, 8 mm, 10 mm, whatever, in that case we have to use the 3 mm. Okay, next, up to 10 to 20 mm thickness of the plate, we have to use the size of the weld as 5 mm. Size of the weld as 5. This is actually the minimum size of weld. This is actually the minimum size of the weld. Okay, 20 to 32 mm size of the weld is 6 mm minimum, and up to 32 to 50 mm size of the weld is 8 mm. Size of the weld is 8 mm. This is the minimum size, and maximum size is equal to, if square edge is there, thickness is equal to thickness of the thinner plate minus 1.5 mm. This is given in IS code. You can see in the IS code there is a clause number 10.5. you can see page number 78. You have to read all these things. You are having IS codes. Okay, you have to read clause number 10.5. write anywhere clause number 10.5. You have to read all the things on that. Okay, fourth point is effective length of the butt weld is equal to the length of the full size weld. When there is a full size weld along the length, the effective length is equal to actual length. Okay, but the case may be the size of the weld should be full size weld. Okay, the weld provided should be full size weld along the length. That length is called as effective length. Okay, here you can say that in the drawings only effective length is given. In the drawings only effective length is given. Actual weld length is equal to the effective length plus twice the size of the weld, because we have to use 1 into size on one side and 1 into size on another side. That's why we have to add twice the size of the weld to get the actual size. Or if the actual size is given, you have to find the effective length. Actual length is given and you have to find the effective length. In that case you have to minus the twice s, that is 2 into size of weld in that case. Okay, and the effective length should not be less than 4 times the size of weld. This is the clause criteria given by the IS code, and it is also given in the IS code. You can read. Okay, in clause number 10.5, effective length is less than 4 into size of weld. Okay, last point is minimum length of the weld is equal to 4 times the size of the weld, same criteria. And next very important point, design of strength of the fillet weld FWD is equal to design strength of the fillet weld. Very important point, design strength of fillet weld FWD is equal to FWN divided by gamma MW. This is given on page number 79, clause number 10.5.7. Write any place, in any place. Okay, clause number 10.5.7, 10.5.7. Okay, page number 79. This formula is given. Design strength of the fillet is equal to FWD is equal to FWN divided by F gamma mw, and this FWN is equal to FU divided by root 3. This FWN is equal to FU divided by root 3. It is also given in IS code. This formula is also given in IS code. Please check page number 79. Please check page number 79, clause number 10.5.7. Okay, where Fu is equal to smaller of the ultimate stress of the weld or of the parent metal. It is a smaller of ultimate stress of welding, or either parent metal is nothing but the plate. Okay, and gamma mw is equal to partial safety factor. Gamma mw is equal to partial safety factor, which is equal to 1.25 for shop weld and 1.5 for the field weld. If the welding is done in actual site, in that case we have to use 1.5, and if the welding is done in workshop, in that case we have to use gamma w is equal to 1.25, is equal to 1.25. Okay, this is all about the difference between the fillet weld and butt weld. Okay, hope you enjoyed this session.